We get ideas. You know, a lot of times when things happen, people are parroting things they've heard that they like. That makes sense to me. Now I'm going to parrot the same thing. But what we should always do is try to think of it ourselves
Yeah.
and think about what that person said, be very critical of it, but not in a mean way. Just really analyze these parroting points that you're saying over and over and over again. Because sometimes coming up with an original thought of how you personally feel, even though someone articulate might say it in a better way, you can come up with your own way of saying it. And then it makes it more real because now you have thought about this. You didn't just take somebody's speaking points, you thought about it. Because sometimes you can like somebody and then they do things you don't like. So be an individual. Think about things yourself.
Most people, if they come up with some really phenomenal thing and you know them as a person, and you're like, I don't think that was yours. But it's like these guys, I'm not ragging them, but they do the podcast and they're always on this microphone talking over here and probably reading what this, because it's like he's singing something from like Marcus Aurelius or something. It's like some really deep thing, like he wrote it, but modern. And that's all you really have. If you go in the Bible and read
that starts
out of the Bible and make it into today or the way you talk, then you're brilliant.
Well, that
but
starts,
it's good.
But
good.
you should learn to think for yourself. That starts the thing. You read Marcus Aurelius, you go, wow, a lot of this makes sense. Now apply it to your own life and think about it in that way. And you become much more familiar with what it is you're talking about. It's not just a parrot point anymore. It's something you experience.
The way Zach presented that thing with, if someone was doing all analytic and bigger.
Well, he got that from, he got that information from somebody, then
that's
thought
why
about
I don't want to know that
in his own life, but he thought about it in his own life and then portrayed it to me. And then to back it up, he said, this is where I got this thought. This guy said this, and it made a lot of sense to me.
That was totally him talking. You know what I mean? That was...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He took the information, thought about it, and then,
It's stuff that we always think about when you hear people say stuff. You already had thought about that a long time ago. You just didn't verbalize it. And that's
you couldn't articulate
But you do that a lot, and I like it. So
well, that's
I appreciate that.